The civil disorder, figure violence from the far right of the last few weeks has shaken all of us up and down the country. Firstly, it's important to say that in my role as chair of Birmingham and Solihull Undercare Care Board, I recognise and welcome the work of the police in trying to keep our communities safe, as well as the government's effort to quickly prosecute those involved in this violent hate crime. It is right and proper that those involved in these riots face the full judgment of the law. I also want to make it clear that Birmingham and Solihull Integrated Care Board stands against and condemns all forms of racism, hatred, including Islamophobia, as well as anti-blackness. There are a whole variety of reasons why people think what's caused this to happen over the last few weeks. But underneath all of that, I'm not sure, I can honestly say I'm not surprised. We have been here before. There's been a long history of racial tensions going back from after the First World War, when the British generation settled in the 1950s, and in the 80s as well. My parents came to the UK in the 1950s from Jamaica, and I was born in Wolverhampton when Enoch Powell was the MP and when the National Front was very active. I, like many others, have been fighting for the values of a diverse, inclusive, tolerant and equal society for many decades. From the Home Office Windrush scandal to the way that marginalised communities have been targeted in some sections of the media, and of course the impact of unregulated and unchecked social media, the conditions for racism, Islamophobia and hatred in all forms is encouraged by the far right for all of us to see. But I really believe there is a cause for hope and optimism and a renewed mandate for us to develop more respectful, equal and inclusive communities. This is what we need to strive for to be a better Britain. Firstly, we must reflect on the breathtaking response of communities around the country in taking part in counter-protests, showing the strength and unity of local communities working together. It's clear from the counter-protests that there are more willing people to fight for an equal and inclusive society than those fighting against it. There are more of us than them, and this is really important and it's quite heartening. I'm also reminded of the duty placed on all public sector organisations on the 2020 Equality Act to eliminate discrimination, advance equality of opportunity and foster relations between different people carrying their activities. This is a clear duty that all institutions need to have in trying to have a tolerant, create the conditions for a tolerant and respectful society, recognising our protected characteristics. Every public sector organisation should regularly challenge its board on the delivery of these duties. Failing to do so risks anchor organisations like my own missing crucial opportunities for positive change, particularly around our work around improving healthcare and tackling health inequalities. In December 2022, we pledged with partners right across our system to make Birmingham the first anti-racist city in the UK and to be proactive in tackling the roots of systemic racism and not just the symptoms. We stand by and renew that commitment, and we will meet again with the Birmingham Race Impact Group later this year to revisit all our 17 promises that we made a few years ago. We must now look to repair the damage done by these riots, not just for the communities we serve, but for the staff working within our health and care system. I believe that health and care organisations can play a critical role in the recovery in our communities following the recent terrible events of the last few weeks. We now have the opportunity to work with our communities, to repair the damage done, and to move forward beyond it to build a more inclusive society. This is a challenge that we all face. If we miss this opportunity, we'll find that our credibility and trust amongst the communities that we serve will be significantly diminished. Trust is really important and trust is the key. Lastly, we must remember how critical migration and diverse communities are to health and care delivery in this country. We should be proud of migration and how we've contributed to making Britain a great society to live and work, despite all its challenges. I personally know, as a child of Windrush, of the Windrush generation contribution to the NHS, and for the many diverse communities and migrant groups from different parts of Asia, different parts of Africa, Europe and right across the world. We're also very proud of our international staff that we've recruited from different parts of the world that are working in our local healthcare system as well. One of the many diverse groups are instrumental in building the institutions we love, and we can provide the breadth of services that we do today because of the contributions of staff that have chosen the UK as their home. And we are very proud of that, and we stand by them today. It's right and proper that we condemn the riots of recent weeks. Far-right ideology, religious hatred, including Islamophobia and anti-blackness, are abhorrent and have no place in our community. But our greatest power lies in our strength, our community, our diversity, in what we do next.